Welcome to Athletic Every Day, day number 4. It was a plyometrics session, all leg plyometrics, lower body plyometrics. Uh, I guess the focus for today was on ankle stiffness and, explosiveness in the calf and the lower leg region. This this workout went pretty okay. I didn't feel super explosive, but I mean, that might just be because this was early. It might be because I'm just still building the ankle stiffness. Or maybe it's because my ankles might have been a little bit fatigued from, things I did earlier this week. So starting out, this is, what I like to warm up with. It's these pogo hops. It's on concrete. They kind of just warm up and go nicely with the next movement. I don't know what to call these other than depth pogos. So it's not really a depth drop where I'm fully landing, stopping, and then doing essentially, a jump for height in the air. I'm really just trying to land and react quickly off the ground. These, I feel like I stepped down a little bit too much, and that I should, not really step down just to try to take the most amount, get the biggest advantage out of the height of this object that I'm using. Um, Also, I don't really know. I mean, there's very little research or very little known evidence. Like if you want to improve your back squat, like that's pretty easy to find how to program for that. But there's no real programs, no real, and maybe I just need to look harder, but there's no real information on how to improve ankle stiffness and lower leg stiffness and explosiveness and things like that. There's no real resources on that. I mean, there's some, but it's not as extensive as, like I mentioned earlier with the back squat. Next up in this workout was the single leg bounds, which I'm not great at. Today they did not go great. I've definitely had better sessions where I did these. This might have been a slightly below average session for these. And again, that just might be because this is one of the first times actually seeing myself do these on camera. Um, but yeah, like also the angle's a little bit weird too, but it's the best I could get. With these, I've been trying to cue myself to, once I make contact with the ground, pull the leg I'm bounding off of back up. It kind of like almost like a butt kick and just kind of kick back. And, when I do these and I execute them well, it feels like I'm going in a straight line. When I don't do them super well, it feels like I'm kind of flailing and I'm off balance. And that's more what that felt like today, which isn't great. But normally would do 4 sets of these, but I have a game later today, so I don't want to overly fatigue myself. Same for the rest of this workout. This wasn't, I guess, as high volume as I normally do. Um, but yeah, I feel like to work on these, my single leg ankle stiffness is pretty atrocious. That's definitely something I need to work at because whenever, like you'll see later in the video when I do my single leg pogo hop, that ankle just crumbles and like even if I'm just barely jumping, my heel wants to keep, kissing the ground essentially, and that's not good. I don't know if that's normal, that's above average where I stand in that among other athletes, but it's definitely something to improve. And I don't know if stiffness is even the right way to look at it. I think it might be just more explosiveness. I don't think that how stiff your ankle is really matters, just how much force you can, how quickly you can, I guess, take that force from the prime, your hamstrings, your calves, and how much, that tendon and that soleus can handle. I feel like that plays a pretty big role in speed, so that's why there's a focus on this. Later, I'm going to work into some things like scissor lunges and like max broad jumps, just because those work the quads more and they kind of, I guess, simulate more like a cut or a dodge better in a way. So overall on plyometrics, I train them, once a week really. And I don't know if that's optimal. I might should go to twice a week or at least include some more throughout my week. But I don't know, maybe I need to have an ankle focused day and more like like I said, those broad jumps and scissor lunges and things on another day. But I might change that up in the next 4 weeks of the program. This is the second week. Yeah, this is the second week of the first 4 week block in the 12 week program. So, the fact that these aren't great now, they aren't where I'd like them to be, and I want to get better at them, but that's not a huge concern. I will be more explosive and stuff later. These calf ISOs, I think they help with like the tendon stiffness and stuff because it's isometric, so that's why I included these. But, as you can see, the quality of this workout dropped off because, my ankles were and calves were just fried by this point. I think I did finally find a solution to my issue I was having with the whole home gym thing. I just have to slightly change what I was getting, and I might have to bite the bullet on price a little bit just to get what I want in a fairly timely manner. Um, Apart from that, tomorrow, again, I have a busy day, and I don't quite have all my equipment yet, so I might not be able to get in the work that I want to get in, which is like some cleans and some front squats and stuff. But I don't know how that's gonna shape out tomorrow, so I might end up actually doing those broad jumps and scissor lunges tomorrow. But that's about it for now. See ya.